Type Soul fell the off. But you know what fell off even harder? Fire Force Online. Yes, you probably haven't heard of this game in a million bazillion gajillion years, cause no one is talking about it, no one is playing it, and no one wants anything to do with it anymore ever again. But why? This game was like, it was actually pretty big not even that long ago, and a lot of people were playing it, and it seemed like it had kind of a bright future. Let's see what this goated YouTuber has to say about the game. Is this game gonna die, or is this game gonna pull through and really make it? Right now, no. Right now, definitely not. Damn, that's crazy. That random YouTuber really predicted the downfall of Fire Force Online? Maybe you guys should subscribe to him. But no, it was pretty obvious that this game was gonna fail, like from the beginning. It was pretty obvious it wasn't gonna last that long. But what are the real problems that caused this game to get to the point it is now, where it's like 99% less of what it used to average back in the good old days of the game? Like this game fell. I don't think you guys really understand. Like, as I make this video right now, it's a pretty bad time because it's like really early in the morning. But this game is currently at 181 players, bruh. And it used to pull numbers in the 10,000s. Like that's not normal. Type Soul didn't fall off that hard. Rogue Lineage didn't fall off that hard. And Rogue Lineage has more players than this, and it's a paid access game. Rogue Lineage has been out for how long as well? And it had like this is a serious fall off. Like, they did something wrong here. So let's go back and look at the problems with the game. On release, I didn't even know this game dropped. Like, I found out about it through my friends, because I don't know. I feel like this game didn't have any hype built up, like, pretty much at all, and it kind of gained players as it went. But when the game first dropped, I pretty much hopped into it and just started progressing. And the start progression is pretty good at getting you hooked in and actually like playing the game. But then once you actually like get into your faction, Fire Force or White Clad, bro, you start to realize that shit just really starts to set in. Like, you really realize what you're gonna be doing for the whole game. And it's the same thing. Like, I said this in the first video I made about this game. The progression is just boring. And it was pretty fast when I was progressing, but as you go up, that shit gets slower and slower. And they have like elite missions, but no one ever even queued in them while the game was like popping anyway. So really, you would just have to keep on doing the normal missions and ranked and training, and it just took so fucking long to level, to a point where a lot of people probably didn't even want to grind anymore. A lot of people didn't even grind in the first place because the progression isn't even fun. So when you don't even have a fun progression and it takes forever to grind it out, people just aren't gonna play the game. So why did you play the game, Oziku? I found the combat like really fun, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna take this game and I'm gonna just max my build in it and see what it goes like. I never actually maxed my build. Like, the game, I quit the game before I could even do that because it just got so boring. But even for the people who didn't quit the progression and stuck around and maxed their builds out, what was there to do? Pretty much all you could really do was fight people, PvP. And so that's another big problem. If you don't enjoy the PvP in the game, you don't enjoy the game. Games like Deepwoken have like other parts of their community, which are like trading and stuff like that, and PvE. Like, there's PvE YouTubers and trading videos and stuff. Like, you can find diversity in things to do in games like Deepwoken. Fire Force Online has pretty much no diversity. Like, the whole game is just PvP, and that's it. So when people get bored of one part of the game, bro, they get bored of the game, period, and they just move on to the next thing. And honestly, I don't really think anyone was having that much fun in the game to begin with, because as soon as Peroxide dropped, everyone kind of just moved on to that. Like, I think people were just playing this game if they got tired of Type Soul and there was nothing else on the platform at the moment, because that's pretty much what the case was. And even though they had the chance to like build an actual player base and hook a good amount of players in that would be playing the game for a very long time, they kind of blew the bag. And above everything I said so far, another reason they blew the bag was because of the ranked system and just The entire, alright, let me talk about more about the PvP real quick. There was like no diversity in the PvP. I'm not gonna lie, bruh. There were very clear metas. Like, things were clearly better than one another. If you were a certain gen, it was almost for sure that you had something that was the best out of like everything else. Like, I don't think anything was like complete trash or anything, but there were obvious metas, bruh. And that's a big problem in a game like that, because it's a PvP based game, and once you get into really high rank, you start just seeing the same thing. You start just seeing devil's footprint everywhere. That's the only thing everyone is using. You start just seeing the same things over and over again. Shield for Gen 1, every Gen 1 is using shield because it's a meta. There's metas in the game, and that makes every game boring, bro. Because I don't want to fight if I'm just going to be fighting the same person every single time I click the Q button. And I want to say right now that damn near every single game has metas, but you don't understand the level it was with Fire Force Online. And if you didn't already hate the PvP because of the metas, bro, the PvP is passive as hell. I understand there's probably some people who like playing like this, but the matches in this game just last so long, bro, and it's not fun. Like, the mid-game combat is probably the most fun you will have in this game. After a certain point, bro, it just becomes straight boring to fight people. I'm not gonna lie, it takes so long. It's a process and everything. Not to mention, for being aggressive, and not to mention, you get heavily punished for playing aggressive in this game. Like, again, that's something you know if you play the PvP, which is another big problem with it. Like, no one likes passive PvP. I'm sorry to break it to you. Like no. You could be like, oh, that's personal bias. No one likes passive PvP, bro. And even if you did love the PvP and you enjoyed it, I'm not gonna lie, I played a lot of ranked in that game, and you don't really get rewards for doing ranked. Like, you don't progress off of PvP that much at all. You need to do it to progress, but it's just sad that you can't just gain levels off of PvP in a PvP based game in 2023. That's kind of crazy to me. But you would get chests for winning in ranked, but it was weird because you had to like leave ranked to open the chest, so you couldn't just keep on doing ranked matches in a row. You had to do one and leave. The reward, it was not rewarding at all. Ranked was not rewarding at all. So everyone who was playing it purely for fun, and it just got boring. Either they ran into one of the issues before, or they just don't like the rank, like they don't like the PvP for the game. And if that wasn't the problem, then in Fire Force Online ranked, whenever you knock somebody, you could just like carry them and heal the foe and win the match for free. And they just didn't fix that for like the longest. I don't even know if it's fixed now, but on top of all of these problems, bro, lack of end game content, the bad rates, you know what I'm talking about, the drop rates, everything, and the Adola quest that just recently came out being super grindy. And even if it wasn't, I don't think anyone would even care, to be honest, because everyone has already pretty much moved on. The game was really just nothing special. Like, that's just the sad truth. And on top of being nothing special, it didn't really redeem itself. Like, most of the problems never really got fixed, and the game itself, I feel like it was just executed wrong. I feel like it could have been executed better. I don't know how. I'm not the developers of the game. I don't know what their vision was completely, but I feel like this game could have definitely been done better. There's a million, gazillion, jillion things to complain about in this game, bro. So let me know, what do you think the problem with this game was, and why do you really think this game fell off? Goodbye and subscribe.